Remember, feedback, it's not negative or positive. It's just data. Data has no feelings. So this goes for your life in general. If maybe a team member or a patient or somebody is upset with you, or they say something that they don't like, or they're offended by something, if you take it in as data as opposed to an emotion, it means something about you. Nothing has meaning but the meaning you give it. You've heard me say that before, most likely. So now we're just taking that data and we're saying, okay, well, this is what that feedback was. What am I going to do with that? How am I going to let that process? Hey leaders, how you doing? Hope you're having an amazing week this week. So I wanted to talk to you real fast about this idea of surveying so you know what's going on. So most of you know that when I come out to do my first 2-day office visit for 99% of the clients that I go out to, I send out a client survey where we survey the employees to find out a little bit about what they're thinking when it comes to the culture, when it comes to the core values, when it comes to their satisfaction with their job. I mean, one question literally says that the employee likes it so much there that they would choose to work there even if they were offered more pay at another job. I want to know specifics about what employees are thinking. And the reason I do that is because it gives me a great insight into offices that I've never been to before, that I've never seen before, but I already know pretty much what's going on before I even get there. And every once in a while, there's an office that will surprise me. Maybe they'll be saying something on the surveys and I'll go in there and I'm not seeing it happen. Give an example. I went to an office a while ago where in the surveys, I went there going, there are some major issues in this office. Then I went to the office and I see that everybody's happy and they're enjoying one another, and the vibe and the feeling that's going on, the energy around there wasn't what was said in the surveys, and that kind of threw me. So I actually said to the entire office, okay, I'm not going to invite the doctor, but I want to take y'all out to lunch because I want to know what's going on. And it was great because this office helped me understand that although that's how they felt about the questions that were asked, and they're true, and they were being honest about that they loved what they were doing so much, and they loved the people that they were with so much, that it actually was a bit of a quandary in their head that they knew that they could get to another place in their office of brilliance, of another level of achievement, if they didn't have those feelings there. So we got to dress them and we got to bring them out in the open, and boy, what a difference it made, right? This office now is soaring. And the reason why I bring that up is because I would advise you to use more surveys in your offices, not just for your employees, which I think you should do at least once a year. There's a great company called SurveyMonkey. You can do, I think it's like $7, maybe $10 a month that you can actually have these surveys. And you can create your own surveys. You can create question and answer. Matter of fact, they have template surveys. So if you don't even know what to ask, you can have them do it for you. But you can create surveys and find out what's really going on. They're completely anonymous. Every once in a while, people will say stuff that you know exactly who you're talking to in the Q&A or the fill in the blank situation. But for the most part, they're completely anonymous, and so it helps you get a good feeling on what's going on inside your office. No matter what the size of your office, it's great to give your employees a platform to really be open and honest about specific situations or topics inside the office. So let's just say you want to find out how people really feel about volunteering their time to have to do marketing efforts outside of the office, maybe at client appreciation days or fairs or parades or whatever it might be, and get their real feeling about that. But you could also do it in the sense of, how are we doing as a company? We want to know, because when we support our team, or we feel like our team is feeling supported, then they will actually take care of our clients better. But on the other side of that, I want you to be willing to survey your clients, both past and present, more often. Even when it comes down to sending out a quick survey about how they felt like was on that first initial phone call. There's a great reason to re-engage with people who called up, maybe thought about getting an appointment, maybe didn't, maybe did, doesn't matter. But now we're going to find out how they felt on that phone call. You can find out how they felt about the questions that were being asked. Did it feel like they were being asked just form questions, or that the person really cared about them? You could ask questions, you could do another survey based upon their experience in the waiting room, or their overall experience, or after they're done with you, maybe a post survey. Now, I know some of you have some templated and formed surveys that you do, like, how are we doing overall? How's our customer service? Those are very generic. And look, if that's all you're doing, or actually, if you've never done anything and you're doing that, great, doing something. But I would suggest you utilize surveys on things like SurveyMonkey and other platforms where, and I don't get paid for anything SurveyMonkey rise, right? I just use it, and I think that it's something that you could use very easily. Just want to put that as a disclaimer. But using that service to find out exactly how you can better your service with other people. Remember, feedback, it's not negative or positive. It's just data. Data has no feelings. So this goes for your life in general. If maybe a team member or a patient or somebody's upset with you, or they say something that they don't like, or they're offended by something, if you take it in as data as opposed to an emotion, it means something about you. Nothing has meaning but the meaning you give it. You've heard me say that before, most likely. So now we're just taking that data and we're saying, okay, well, this is what that feedback was. What am I going to do with that? How am I going to let that process? So it's not just about finding out how great we are and how awesome we are, or even just generic questions that we don't do anything with. Now we can actually move our data. And in a world of that we're in today, where people, number one, love to give their opinions on stuff, so make space for opinions. As you've seen in my surveys, the last two questions are: name one thing that you really like about working here. Name one thing that you would improve upon working here, or you even don't like about working here. Boy, the information is great. I'm dealing with a company right now where there are 65 employees, obviously multiple offices. Holy moly, what great data I'm getting. But it also allows me to know, for example, in that survey, in that team survey, there are 2 people who do not want to be working at this office. 2 people who are not happy here. Well, it's important for us to let people know more often that they don't have to work here, right? That there's more opportunities for them out there. Or maybe we can really find and understand that that person might be our staff infection, the ones that's spreading, gossip or being kind of a bummer for everybody. So it gives you an opportunity to learn more. So survey your teams, survey your clients, and this will really take it to another level. Survey your vendors. Survey your vendors and finding out how easy it is to work with you, and what are some processes maybe that they've seen that you can improve upon. Or how do they feel as a vendor? Do they feel valued? Do they feel like they want to help promote your business? Survey your other doctors. If you're a company that gets referrals through either dentist or other types of companies that are out there that do referrals, survey your referral people. This might seem a little overkill, but how else are you going to get the base information you need in order to grow and to strengthen your company if you don't ask? Survey, survey, survey. I promise you, it'll help you in the long run. All right, I hope that helped out for this week, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. I look forward to seeing you guys when I come out to your offices or when I see you on the next calls. See you then.